Alright everybody, good evening, and tonight we want to do something very spectacular, and like I say, we want to keep this show within 30 minutes. We don't want to waste any time at all. So if you're already online, thank you so much for coming. If you're not already online, once you get a notification, join us and let's make this as brief as we can. Alright, so tonight I want to begin by congratulating Mr. Durotoye for emerging the consensus candidate of the PACT, that's presidential aspirants coming together. Mr. Durotoye is an aspirant on the platform of ANN, that's Alliance for New Nigeria, and then even though the primaries haven't held yet, he has already emerged from the PACT as a presidential aspirant. I'm going to be showing some clips. I will first start by showing you the clip of the counting of the votes by the independent external observer, Dr. Mrs. Obieze at their program today, where she counted the votes and Durotoye emerged. And I'm also going to show you some other clips about Durotoye, and then we'll move on to the next topic to start talking about Saraki's presidential declaration or declaration for 2019 presidency today, and also we'll move on from there to compare it with that of Kwakwanso, and then we'll move on to other matters. And as usual, according to our tradition, we will interact. We'll display your live chats, the chats, what you are commenting, what your reactions, and then we'll interact about them. Okay, so to begin with the first thing, but before I start talking about Mr. Durotoye and to start talking about how he has been able, sorry, I'm trying to do something. Okay, good. How he has been able to waddle through and emerge as the president consensus candidate, I want to begin by apologizing to Mr. Moghalu, who reached out to me earlier today by saying that I misrepresented him in my last broadcast. Mr. Moghalu said, by saying that he quit PACT, I misrepresented him. Well, Mr. Moghalu says the correct position is that he was never part of PACT. So let us all update the information we have of Mr. Showore in relation to PACT. Showore says he was never part of PACT. So there was no way he could have quit or exited something he wasn't part of in the first place. So I'm sorry, Mr. Showore, but the impression I got, and I want to apologize if I'm the only person who got that impression, was that I didn't even know about PACT until you, Mr. Showore, shared the picture of yourself with other aspirants and the video of all of you which was subsequently shared by the rest of them, saying that you have all agreed to work together. The impression I got, in fact, it was Mr. Shore's video I saw where he was also addressing the press and his supporters after the meeting when they came outside, and we shared it on Objective Media. It was that first meeting that gave me the impression that we were all together. So I'm sorry if I misrepresented you by saying that you were initially part of PACT and you quit. But the correct position, according to Mr. Showore, everybody, is that he was never part of PACT. He said he only attended that meeting once, and after that once he never went back. So he was therefore wrong, according to him, to have said he was part of PACT and he quit afterwards. So he wasn't ever part of PACT. So we rest that there, and then we move on to the trending stories today to talk about Mr. Durotoye emerged PACT consensus candidate. But before I talk about Durotoye, we should also importantly have at the back of our mind and also remember that many aspirants, or few, already left the PACT before the emergence of a consensus today. I reached out to, even prior to the emergence of Mr. Durotoye today, I spoke with some of them, especially Mr. Kwakwanso, a presidential aspirant on the party platform, and also the chairperson of that party platform, ANRP, that's Abundant Nigeria Renewal Party. Mr. Kwakwanso told me that he had left PACT as of a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks. So there was no way he would have even been attending the last meeting, for instance, and subsequently the meeting that decided Durotoye today. So some aspirants already left the PACT and would not want to be binded by PACT. Another information that is important now, before we begin to talk about Fela Durotoye's profile and the rest of other things I want to discuss today, is that I reached out immediately after the PACT because I saw that Professor Kingsley Moghalu was at the PACT consensus meeting today. Professor Kingsley Moghalu, I reached out to him to ask him whether the emergence of Fela Durotoye therefore means he would no longer be running, because the bond they signed at PACT is to the effect that whoever emerges, the rest of them were going to sacrifice their own ambitions to support their consensus candidate. So I reached out to Professor Kingsley Moghalu, and he said I should hold on for his official statement to the effect of his decision going forward. Well, there are two things about it. If Kingsley Moghalu eventually drops and doesn't continue and begins to support Mr. Fela Durotoye in the quest according to the bond they signed at PACT, it simply means that Durotoye would therefore be getting more weight, because all the supporters of Kingsley Moghalu would now begin to support Durotoye by implication. But if it happens otherwise, that Kingsley Moghalu therefore says, well, whatever happened at PACT was for PACT, I've been advised by my team, by a coordinating team, and that I should go ahead afterwards, then it's another ball game altogether, therefore. But that is to put that on one side. Let's move on to the next, and I want to talk to the fact that Mr. Durotoye emerged as consensus candidate today, and by so doing, I want to show you the process that made Mr. Fela Durotoye the consensus PACT consensus candidates. I beg your pardon. So you're going to see next on your screen Dr. Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili reading out the results of their election, of the voting process in the PACT.
And I am here to share with you what they voted. So it meant that 7 of them voted, right? Yes. You're following the mathematics. Yes. I'm being very analytical so that, because sometimes Nigerian journalists, when they write what you said, the team will be reading like, when did I say this one now? So I'm trying to be very clear. So they voted, and we have 1, Kingsley, Fela, Kingsley, Fela. Aspirants who decided to work together as a group known as PACT, presidential aspirants coming together, they have followed the process that they defined for themselves. I have done what I should do, which was to observe their process and to report on it. It is now their business to determine what their outcome means to them. Have I done my own work? Yes. All right. God bless
you. Let me now do my own work, because Dr. Mrs. Obi Ezekwesili already did ask there. Good job to you, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili. Well, let me now do my own. Well, Fela Durotoye, if you recall, had earlier said that he was willing to sacrifice his own ambition. Do not forget that Durotoye is not even a presidential flag bearer yet. He has not emerged from any process of, from the rigor of primaries yet at his own party level, which means he had not subjected himself to the primaries of his party. Maybe this will now boost his image at the ANN, and ANN would have no option than to say, this guy or this man already has acceptance and already has a platform at the PACT, if he becomes a candidate, is a plus to him, right? But I want to do a throwback to when Mr. Fela Durotoye was, which is an exclusive recording of Objective Media, because I was there live. That's why we have this clip. It's still exclusive to us right now. When he was talking to his supporters, and he said, if this thing requires, if the coalition requires that somebody submits their ambition, he was willing to submit his ambition. And he said, guess what? He suggested to them that the person that is willing to sacrifice his ambition, you will be shocked that he will emerge the candidate eventually. Watch him.
Right? Now, all of us are talking. How do we come together? We all have the same ideology. We all have the same values. And I've always told people, listen, if it is that they will look for one person that will step down for everybody else to go, guess who's going to be the first person? Yes. I know you guys don't want to say it. Who do you think is going to be one of the people that will say, come for this new Nigeria? If you guys need one person to step down, who do you think will step down? I know you don't want to say it. Because you don't want it to be me. Abi? But do you realize that he that is willing to lay his life down with their base, that is the one that people will pick?
Well, that came to pass today. Mr. Fela Durotoye was saying that he was ready to go all hog. He signed the pact that he signed a pact inside PACT that he was willing to lay down his own ambition and sacrifice his own aspiration for whoever, and that whoever becomes the consensus candidate, he was also going to sacrifice his own ambition to support that person. However, his prophecy or prediction came to pass, especially at the PACT level. And Mr. Fela Durotoye is therefore the consensus presidential candidate of the PACT. Congratulations, Bulls. Unfortunately, I don't see you Fela people coming to this page to talk about him. We only see other aspirants, our supporters, giving them support. And don't forget, very soon, maybe by this weekend, because we're already planning it, we are going to have online consensus to see who among these aspirants, is really getting talked about by youth. Who among all of them is more popular among youth? So we are going to have an online poll on live like this. We are going to be counting people's votes online to see who is more popular as we speak right now. Both online, we also conduct the offline. The process is already being scripted. All right. So congratulations, Mr. Fela Durotoye, as far as the PACT platform or level is concerned. You have emerged victoriously. Good for you, and I appreciate it. Then, one more thing before I move on to the next topic about Mr. Fela Durotoye, is people reached out to me, sending me some clips, because I've accused them that I don't know if Mr. Fela Durotoye was still in the race, because I had not been seeing his activities lately. So they sent me some clips, and I've only picked one of them, where he visited IDP Yola camp in Adamawa State to touch the grassroots. Just like we also saw IDP visit of Mr. Omoyele Sowore to Bakassi. See this.
Today I have come to understand your pain and to understand how we can help you. But please let me say that this should not happen to anybody in a country as blessed as Nigeria. God has blessed Nigeria. And the only thing that we need is to have good governance at every level. Governance that provides security to every citizen of that nation. It is the number one responsibility of every government to protect the life of its people and to protect the property of the people. That is the number one responsibility. You will all be secure in your own villages and your own towns, and you will go back and live in peace in this same country. One day it will happen. Do you understand? It is going to happen. It is going to happen. I did not come to make you empty promises. I didn't come to do that. I came to feel you, I came to hear you, and I came to take you in my heart. Thank you very much. And thank you for remaining strong. Other people that are going through this have lost themselves in their life. They have lost hope completely. But you are still strong. Keep that strength. Strengthen each other. Every child hold hands and say with me, I will stay strong. I will stay strong.
I will stay strong
Until my better day comes.
until my better day comes.
I will stay strong.
I will stay strong
Until my better day comes.
until my better day comes.
I will stay strong.
I will stay strong
Until my better day comes.
until my better days come.
Well, that's my little way of celebrating Mr. Fela Durotoye today on the occasion of his emergence as the consensus PACT or PACT consensus presidential candidate. Congratulations once again, Mr. Fela Durotoye. You can now see that it's not as if I have anything against you. It's just that I wasn't getting clips from you. I try to reach out to your people. They were always giving me excuses. Sometimes I would call them and say, I'm not seeing clips from Mr. Fela Durotoye, what's happening. They will say, oh, they started giving me protocol things which I don't like. And I wasn't even seeing them uploading them. So I felt like maybe things were not happening again, especially because there were reports that you boycotted the ANN Congress. So I felt, oh, perhaps you already were foreclosing too, that we're no longer going to. But whatever the case, the story today that emerged as PACT consensus candidate is a good one, and I'm happy about it, and I hope that it translates also to your victory at the primary on the platform of ANN, which is good. But whatever happens, I want to talk about, before I move on to the next topic, about Saraki and Kwakwanso declaring their own aspirations too in Abuja today. I want to say that most of you that were supporting Professor Kingsley Moghalu, it was expected by most of you, I must confess, most of you, I know you, it was expected by you that Professor Kingsley Moghalu was going to emerge from the PACT, consensus decision today. But it turned out it's Fela Durotoye. Whatever that means, I don't know. But what I'm going to say here is that, what do we expect of Professor Kingsley Moghalu from here? We're still waiting for him, because I reached out to him and he said I should wait for his official statement, in respect of the matter. But for me, I just want to give out a suspicion that I have. If Professor Kingsley Moghalu was going to accept that verdict, was going to therefore submit his ambition, it would not have taken this long. This is 10 p.m., am I correct? This is past 10 Nigerian time. All right? I didn't expect it to take this long, to just say, congratulations, my brother. I haven't seen it. I checked all his word. I haven't seen it. So that means he's still probably consulting with other stakeholders in his, in his own team and, project committee and all that, to decide what next action. All right. Maybe he also expected that at all it would emerge, but it didn't happen. All right. But he signed the bond at the PACT. So a lot of people are already asking me, oh Lord, what do you think this? Offline people were asking, what do you think will happen to Professor Kingsley Moghalu? People were interested in him and we're talking about him. Okay, some people have faulted the process the process that produced the consensus candidate at the PACT. That, oh no, this was too wrong, this was faulty, they didn't allow the public to participate, how therefore would you just allow the sentiment of a few people to kill the aspiration of other? Well, whatever the case is, I'm not here to give a verdict on that. It's not my own call, it's not my jurisdiction. I'm just here to do analysis and to engage people on this subject matter. But at any rate, what I want to say is that Professor Kingsley Moghalu has put in a lot in the past, put in a lot of work, even up till yesterday. He still has some town hall meetings he has already scheduled to go and hold. Will he cancel all of those things and start converting them? Because according to what he's saying, it means he will start working for the consensus candidate. But it turns out the consensus candidate is Fela Durotoye. Fela Durotoye, in other words, and I must confess to you because I have met him and I know his heart, Fela Durotoye does not care to become the president of Nigeria. What Fela Durotoye cares about is whoever is going to be the consensus candidate. He just wants that at least a new narrative begins to come out of Nigeria. He calls himself a nation builder, and I agree with him because I've met with him, I've sat with him. I say that he's not desperate. He just wants something better for Nigeria. He's selfless. So if it were Professor Kingsley Moghalu who emerged today, Durotoye will work with him without caring whatever. And from what I saw today, the body languages that I read of all of them, Fela Durotoye never expected to emerge. He just wanted to today seal it up and say, okay, hug whoever emerged and say, we'll work with you. But we haven't heard from Professor Kingsley Moghalu. It's how many hours after then? Well, whatever is going to happen, I'm not here to pressure anybody to either accept or throw out the verdict or the decision of the PACT members. But what I'm here to do is to say, okay, you all committed yourself to that process and agreed to work with those binding agreements to be binding on all of you. So it has therefore happened. Well, if Professor Kingsley Moghalu then decides to work with Durotoye, it talks about his character as a sincere person because he signed to work with the consensus candidates when he had hoped to emerge the consensus. If he does otherwise, then there may be reason for Nigerians to begin to think that, you know, somebody is probably not too straight, or why did you put yourself in it if you knew that you were not going to eventually agree with the process? But I want to trust Professor Kingsley Moghalu myself, that is a man of his words, that according to the bond they all signed, that whoever emerges they will work with. I want to trust Professor Moghalu myself, that he will do normal, to use the contemporary social parlance by Nigerian youths, do normal. Okay? But at any rate, Professor Kingsley Moghalu, these are trying times. We want to see what happens next. A lot of people are waiting. They have been calling me to ask offline, and I can't wait to also let the world know what to decide. And to Mr. Fela Durotoye, this is the time to really work hard, to really work hard. I deliberately played that footage to show that you have been trying to connect with the grassroots and you have been going to places. All right, do more, please, now that you are, and work more to emerge the presidential flag bearer of your party, ANA, that's Alliance for New Nigeria. That said, I move on to the next topic, and I'm going to talk now about Saraki declaring today to become president. He wants to take the job from President Momo. He has joined the race officially. You know, we now have more people joining the race on daily basis. All right, it makes the game interesting, innit? So the game is now very interesting. So Saraki declared today he wants to run for presidency. Isn't it interesting? It is. But what my interest is, I'll tell you shortly after playing a short clip of his declaration today. Watch. And those of you that are already commenting, I'm seeing your comments. We are going to read all of them and we're going to interact. And we'll try as much as possible to keep to time tonight. All right? So this is Saraki.
If we look around today, what do we see? What is the condition of our citizens? Where are we as a nation? How are we perceived locally and internationally? Why are we not making the expected progress? Why are we not growing? There's no time to waste. The time is now.
Yes.
To come together to stimulate growth in Nigeria, especially in the national economy. The choice we face in the forthcoming election is either to keep things as they are or make a radical departure from the old ways. To find a better way of doing things or keep repeating the mistakes of the past. To fix the problems or keep compounding the problems. It is with all this in mind and taking account of the challenges I have outlined, I have decided to answer the call. My intention to work in the office as President of the Federal Republic, people of the Democratic Party, takes to secure the growth in Nigeria.
Well, you heard it from Saraki. He has declared to run on the platform of no other party than PDP. Hey, I'm happy. But my interest today is not that he declared. Of course, a lot of people who were already expecting him to have declared long ago, because from all the moves, it was already suspected that Saraki was going to declare and he was going to run. All right. So, but my interest today is that I didn't mention Kwakwanso before. All right. But tonight I'm going to mention Kwakwanso in the context that Saraki also declared. Now, Kwakwanso declared before Saraki. Kwakwanso applied to use, according to reports, Kwakwanso applied to use the Eagle Square, but it was denied. Therefore, Kwakwanso decided to move to the streets and use the streets to test street credibility, and it was massive. Funny, right? It was massive because if you see, it then started the red cap movement, and then we saw a lot of people littering the streets of Abuja with red cap, and it was, let's face it, that was massive. You know, we were expecting Saraki to declare, we expected crowd that would surpass that of Kwakwanso, but Saraki went into a small hall to declare, and then it didn't really show much excitement, you know. So what I'm here to do about Saraki tonight is to just compare his declaration with that of Kwakwanso, because they both have been in the system, and it's expected that they were supposed to have grip of grassroots for them to have emerged over time in the positions they are currently or previously they had previously been holding. So Kwakwanso's crowd, oh my, guys, you should see this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have something to say, and I'm sure that most of you also have something to say. Compare two persons that have been in the system already, declaring. Look, compare. Kwakwanso seems to have more grip than Saraki in it. I mean, that's my own assessment, because if elections will be today or tomorrow, Kwakwanso has more supporters than Saraki. That's my immediate assessment. Things may change tomorrow. Saraki may change strategy and start doing street thing too. But the reality as we speak right now is, if elections were today or tomorrow morning, Saraki cannot pull the kind of shit Kwakwanso has there. Alright? So that's all I want to do tonight. I don't want to do any more than that. I want to read comments, because reading comments and bringing it also online, you know, it's usually a lot these days, man. So I want to see. I see a lot of comments already. Hey, where do I start from? I'm going to make it brief. And all right, so should we start? All right, let's start reading comments. And I want to start with the first person that said hi. You read hi, right? Hi too. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you so much, my people. VCN Media say hi. Hi. My name is Segun. Olo, hi too. Darasimi will say hi. Hi to Darasimi. I appreciate you. Imagbo say Shore lies, he was a member. No, Shore didn't lie. Shore, I think, let me be honest with you. I think what Shore did was to, you know, bring to limelight the activities of the PACT, to let us know that there's something called PACT. And he also wanted to quickly check in so that it doesn't look like he was so proud to have rejected their invitation. I think he was invited like other aspirants were equally invited, and he decided to check in. So he checked in and then announced it, showing that, oh, he met other aspirants. That is what most of us, including myself, interpreted to mean that it was part of PACT. And we also saw the video where he joined hand with the rest of them to say, we have all agreed to work together. Well, our interpretation, or our immediate interpretation of that, was that they were all together to decide a common front. We all therefore, believed that it meant that they were all members of the PACT and that they were going to emerge at the end of the day with one common front or one consensus aspirant. So I'm not saying Shore lied, no, at all. Of course, even prior to this time, Shore already came out to say he had concerns about activities of the PACT. So it is not to say Shore lied or did not lie. That's not why we're here. Sorry. Christian Udume says, Mr. Segun, you're looking good today. Nice attire. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, somebody can appreciate my time. You're all like this. Thank you so much, Mr. Christian. And Banjoshi said, if you watch Shore's video today about PACT, he said it was in PACT and exited. Just like Tokwe Fasa, perhaps Segun is unclear about that. No, Shore personally told me that I misrepresented him, that he was never in PACT, that he only visited them once. Let's get it straight. He said he only visited them once and then he didn't sign. He wasn't part. Alright, so let's get it clearly. He said he had misrepresented and he needed to correct that. He personally told me that today that he needed to correct it. He was never part of PACT. That's what he said. I also believed he was part of PACT and quitted. He said no. Saying that he quit means that he had been part and he quit. But that contrary to that position, the report should have read that he was even never part of PACT. I'm not saying he lied, and I'm not saying, no, let's not put it that way. He is just trying to put the record straight that he was never part, he only visited them. Okay? So let's take it as he said it. Banjoshi said Professor Kingsley Moghalu has apparently signed an MOU. Yes, that's what I learned. I learned that every member of the PACT signed, which Shore did not sign. So that probably proves Shore right that it wasn't part because he didn't sign. Those are signed. Professor Kingsley Moghalu also signed. And after signing, he said that all of them agreed that whoever emerges the consensus at the end of the day, they were all going to sacrifice their other ambitions and follow that consensus candidate. Banjoshi said, which PACT? VCN Media, thank you for helping me to respond. PACT is PACT, acronym for Presidential Aspirants Coming Together. Apparently the young or new generation aspirants coming together. Banjoshi said, how do you sign an MOU as an aspirant of a party? Should it not be your party chairman that signs the MOU? Well, these aspirants individually, not their parties, individually committed themselves to that process. And as a result, whatever the outcome becomes, they will all agree to it. So this pact does not involve parties. It only involved individual aspirants, all right? Okay, so Olani Yadu said everybody heard from Shore today regarding PACT. I heard, before he even came live, he told me that I misrepresented him in my last broadcast by saying that he quit the PACT. That you don't quit what you were not part of. He said he was never part of it, that he only visited. So that visit is not the same as membership. All right, so that's what I want us to also correct tonight. Banjo said, I guess an aspirant of any party can sign an MOU since PACT is not a coalition, and I guess that's a response to Olani Yadu, right? Banjo Shire, you're right. Aspirants can do what they decide to do also. Godwin Okeze say, good job boy, I'm watching you from USA, you're awesome. Thank you so much. I never knew, I'm just doing my thing. I never knew that people enjoy the show. I'm just doing my thing. Thank you so much. Martins Abeke said, I don't think this PACT thing is going to work seriously. Well, many people do not believe, and let us also begin to monitor events from today on. All right, let's be monitoring the events. Olani Adu said Shore backed out because they started mentioning elders. No, Shore had already mentioned that he had concern about activities of the PACT prior to the mentioning of elders. Prior to mentioning of elders at all, I recall that Shore already said that it was not, he had concerns about activities of PACT, that they do not represent interest of the larger members of the Nigerian public. So, but just say, wow, so this was planned all along. What do you mean planned all along? You mean the emergence of Fela Durotoye or what? I'm not sure. It's just sentiment of the few members of the PACT working here. there were two phases in the election process. The first phase involved that some of the members of the PACT, all of them voted. 3 persons that had the highest scoring votes emerged. And after the 3 members that had the highest scoring votes emerged, they therefore streamlined to say, okay, these 3 persons will go out. The rest of the members that were already disqualified will then vote for 1 person among the 3 persons that left while they voted. So that was what happened. I'm not sure it was planned, except, well, politics plays now. It's politics, All right. Sharif Dar said, wait, when is election and who will be running among the youth of the think candidates? All of them are running. All of them are running, except that some of them, including the PACT, consensus candidate that emerged today, is not even a flag bearer yet, which is one of the concerns raised by those that exited. Those that exited or those that left said that the process should have waited for everybody to have won their primaries and then they will now come together. Okay. Babatunde Banjo said she already exited parties more than them mentioning elders. Yes, I agree with you, and I already clarified that. Babatunde Babayomi said Moghalu was one of these guys in the PACT. Was Moghalu one of the guys in the PACT? Yes, Moghalu was in PACT. And Moghalu came second today in the election, in the process, voting process, the final consensus voting process. Moghalu came second, Durotoye came first. And then tomorrow we should be talking about what, at least by the time I finish this broadcast, I will go and check. I'm sure Moghalu would have replied or would have responded or would have released his official statement as promised to determine whether he's still continuing with the election process with his own ambition or whether he wants to quit the PACT altogether after the results have already been revealed and continue with his ambition altogether. So we will know. All right. Gordon Okeze say if they mistakenly mention the visionless elders, believe me, she will gonna aloof, no doubt. We mentioned it yesterday. The moment we mentioned some of the people that Shore have been fighting over corruption cases, Shore was not going to be part. It's not going to be part of search. Babatunde Bayo say, oh dear, I love Durotoye, but I believe Moghalu is a more rounded candidate. However, if he remains in the inner caucus, once government in power, I'll be happy. Let me tell you something, and I mentioned this before, that most of these vibrant aspirants, the moment they go and put themselves, that is one of the biggest mistakes anybody can make. That you're a very big fish, you now go and put yourself in one small pond. the small fishes will conquer you because they are small. So I guess that is exactly what happened to Professor Kingsley Moghalu. He has street credibility in his own right. Durotoye has street credibility in his own right. So subjecting themselves to whims and caprices of some people who don't even have clout or party or anything yet is going to be sentimental. Some people may just eat your guts, for instance. They may just look at his number and they say, what is wrong with this guy? He has been going everywhere and people are clapping for him. What is it? What is it? Let us vote for somebody that will shock him, that will make him feel like he is popular in the street, fine, but let us show that politics is not whether you are popular in the streets. All right? So long as it depends on the whims and sentiments and caprices of small number of people who are probably envying or beefing you, you don't expect to emerge. And you that you're already doing good, including Fela Durotoye. What if somebody else had emerged over Fela Durotoye? So that is exactly one of the problems with a big fish going into a small pond like that. You shouldn't have, and I guess that is one of the reasons Durotoye, somebody like Shore left or said he was never part of PACT, and I had consent about it, that if you are not going to allow Nigerians, the larger members of the public of Nigeria or Nigerian citizenry, be part of the determining process, then it's not going to exactly reflect or represent interest of the masses. All right. That said, thank you so much, Babatunde Babayomi. Ifeanyi Ndukwe said, did PACT carry everyone along? We want a candidate that represents everyone, including the youth. I suggest an online vote is carried out so everyone in diaspora can vote and choose. Well, at our own level, we're also organizing something similar. And what we're trying to do is to make it on a campus, maybe like say Unilag, Uniben, OASU. We want to see how we can bring all these aspirants together and let youth talk to. It's not going to be a debate. You are not attacking the other aspirant. No. Youth will just be asking questions, and let's see the quality of response we get from each aspirant, so that we can line youth up behind those people. And then, you know, it should be about the quality of what you present, not sentiment of people who eat your guts because you are proud or you are seeming to be gaining, you know. So, but that said, I don't want to be the person to be judging anything. Yeah, I'm just trying to analyze and give you information that I kind of are privileged to have or access to. All right. Then VCN media say PACT has influence of General Obasanjo and the same old guards ruling and reigning your country. Anyone backed by OBJ always end as the previous dummies is sold to your citizens. No to PACT. Well, we have already read so many reactions to the PACT consensus decision today. But what I'm here to do is not to condemn PACT's decision. That is their decision. As far as those that committed themselves or signed a bond to be part of it is concerned, that is PACT's decision. It's not my own decision. So I'm not going to join you to condemn PACT's decision. All right? I am celebrating with Durotoye today for emerging PACT consensus candidate. So don't bring me into your sentiment against PACT. Ferdinand Ohachesi says, seriously, as we don't put ourselves together as youth of Nigeria to be under our one umbrella, believe me, CU people will definitely take over come 2019. Youth vote has already been divided among others. 2019 is still a long time. That's my reaction, my response to you, sir. 2019 is still a long time, and you cannot therefore foreclose by saying that because we are not divided yet. We are still exploring the different options. You know, when the time comes, we'll cross the bridge. We'll have one front. Don't worry. Okay? It might still be Durotoye. In fact, it might still be Moghalu that you think was defeated at PACT. It might still be Shore that was not even in the PACT at all. Alright? So, 2019 is still a long time, so let's wait for it. Alright? Thank you so much for that comment, but we need to clarify things. Tori Lokwe Moore says, Nigeria, we need to get behind Durotoye now. I also think Kingsley Moghalu should have a central role to play in any Durotoye administration that comes into power, God willing. Well, I saw the complete video today, immediately after, during and after, and then it was announced to them that according to the bond they signed, all the supporters of other aspirants in the PACT must therefore convert their support to that of the consensus candidate, meaning those that were supporting Kingsley Moghalu must now therefore begin to support Durotoye. And I love that, you know, I love that. It's just like party process or party primary, okay? So aside from being a member of your party, it is also that aside from being a member of your party, you then want to still, in addition to that, subject yourself to another primary somewhere else. So decision of that primary somewhere else will then override the decision of your party. Whereas INEC does not recognize PACT, but INEC recognizes your party. Well, I don't know whatever these aspirants were thinking when they were coming into this. It's up to them. I mean, as far as they decided together, who am I to judge? Okay. Banjoshi said, PACT doesn't select vice president or any minister or members of the administration or cabinet. I agree with you. VCN Media said, at the video shown, is Durotoye a pastor or politician? Well, I heard people asking the same question when I visited his town hall meeting at Lautech, that's Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, and people were asking, is this man a pastor? That is his own style of speaking. There's no way we will not talk. There's no way we'll talk without having to make reference to the heavenlies, the celestial, or the spiritual connections, and trying to talk to destiny, vision, 3 P's of success and all that. It is his style, just as Shore's style is activism. So let us accept everybody has their own unique style. That is Durotoye's style. Okay? Banjoshi said PACT was solely to select a presidential consensus candidate. Yeah, that was what it was set out for. Sheriff, there is a Fela and Shore or any of the two is cool for Nigerians, believe me. Well, your opinion there are more people, and so far as comments are, in the past 5 days I started this broadcast, 4 or 5 days I started this live broadcast, daily broadcast, Shorem and Moghalu have always been the two aspirants that people are mentioning the most. I don't know why, okay? But today the story is different from PACT, as far as PACT's level is concerned. And then we want to go to the next, which is Martin Abeke says it's very clear that PACT is led by the cabals. Please, let's be mindful of this fact. Well, your opinion, I don't have information to that as I speak right now. If I have, trust me, I'll give you hints, and I may know the detail. But I also learned, mind you, that some elders say that they should present one person that is acceptable to them, acceptable to the elders. And so those that feel they will not be acceptable to the elders say, well, we are sorry, there was no way we will be part of this, all right? Okay, fine. Then we move on to the next thing. The next comment is from Ferdinand Ohachesi. He says, sure, Professor is actually the most qualified person among others which I have listened to. That's your opinion, but you were not in PACT. PACT members say it is Durotoye. You that is not in PACT, you are saying it's another person. Official man of his dreams say PACT is not the best option because it looks more like Godfreyism right now. Well, to me, it looks more like sentiment of few persons right now. Banjoshi say, let's wait and watch till we have evidence of who the behemoth of Godfather is before we conclude. Well, you're right, we should wait, okay? Ferdinand, it says, Segun, what criteria the PACT used in selecting the match? I played it actually. It's the decision they used was, the criteria they used was to say members of the PACT would decide among themselves who should be their consensus candidate. That's the method they used. All right. Official man of his dream say, Shore reviewed the video why he didn't join PACT today. Well, Shore is simply saying that he wasn't comfortable with the process, and that since it doesn't involve the mass of Nigerian people who are supposed to decide the eventual winner in 2019, then he doesn't feel that the emotion of few persons should determine his ambition too. Andrew Idere said, to my own subjection, any young aspirant that didn't agree with PACT should try and work with Shore. So that means there should be another PACT instead of away from that PACT that we all know. All right. VCM Media says PACT is a distraction to divide your youth and shouldn't be embraced by any Nigerian. Let the public choose their president. Well, let's wait and see. Sheriff Dal say, what is PACT and what is it got to do with all young aspirants contesting? Please let all contest on their own. Sheriff Fela Moghalu, any. Well, I agree with you, but since most of these aspirants already said they were agreeing together to work together, I mean, we waited for that process to also end, and we have seen the outcome. But this is so a minuscule percent relative to the general PACT supporters that is we the people get to pick who to represent us. Is this not the definition of bias? I mentioned it too, that I also had a problem with that. But since the aspirants themselves subjected themselves to it, what's my own opinion supposed to mean? Chuks Okwana said, Kingsley Moghalu, 24 minutes for press and public relations. I'm firmly in the race for, okay, you are relating what I have not seen since I came online that Kingsley Moghalu has said, right? He said, press and public, I'm firmly in the race for president of Nigeria in 2019, Kingsley Moghalu. Wow, that's breaking news, and we are also going to analyze this tomorrow. What does this imply, or what is the implication of this? I already, suspected it. Since we didn't hear from him the first hour after Fela Durotoye emerged the PACT consensus candidate, we didn't hear from him the first hour, the second hour, the third hour. I already suspected that it was going to change the course. All right, it was going to continue regardless. I already suspected it, but I didn't want to jump the gun. Okay, Sheriff Dare said, I believe Shore won't embrace PACT. You already said this long ago. Shore is not part of PACT. Sheriff Dare said, Chuks, where you see that word, so well, I'll check by myself and I'll reach. Once I finish this live broadcast, I'm going to reach out to Dr. Moghalu, Professor Moghalu himself to know if this position is true. But I already suspected, even without seeing it, that since we didn't hear from him the first hour, second hour, or third hour congratulating Moghalu, I suspected he was already working something else out. Okay. Sheriff Darcy means he is still running, even they said Fela emerged as flag bearer. Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. The Poji said Moghalu has defected, though he has said he will continue with his presidential ambition regardless of PACT. Check his page. Well, that is not a defection. Defection means you are leaving your parties for another. Moghalu is still in YPP regardless of whether he doesn't agree with the decision of the PACT. Okay? But if Moghalu had emerged PACT consensus, what would have been his position if Fela Durotoye said what he's now saying? Those are the things we need to begin to check. I think it would have been better for Moghalu to have opted out of PACT like other candidates or other aspirants did earlier than to have allowed the process to exhaust and now come out to say he doesn't want to accept the result. Was it not fair or transparent enough? Alright, so Sheba just says it's going to be easy for Fail. You meant Fela, not Fale, to hand over to Shore. How easy? How easy? How easy? Anyway, let's wait and see. VCM Media has a PACT dead on arrival where you never can tell. Chooks will go and say Facebook. Well, Facebook thing I'm trying to do, but tonight, sorry, Facebook isn't working for us. And I don't want to bother about it, by the way. I've already told people, I've announced on Facebook that people on Facebook should come over to YouTube, right? Chooks Okoda said, Kingsley, if moving... Okay, you are talking about Facebook is the source where you got the information about Kingsley Moghalu. I get it. Sheriff Darcy Fela would run in place of Shore, or what are you saying? No. PACT is just another arrangement to see whether they can present a common front among all this new generation young aspirants. Shore is not part of PACT, so Shore is an independent person on his own. Other persons who also opted out, including Tope Fasua, and others who also, including I learned that Ahmad Buhari also left before now. So all those people are independent candidates. So whatever party decides does not affect the ambition or aspiration of these other aspirants. Sheriff, okay, Austin Kingsley, nice job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Prodigy said he can't even read off-ed. Even Shore, all 60 plus events was off-ed. You're talking about who? Are you talking about, I don't know. Please mention. Matt said Shore is the man for the job. Sheriff said thanks, Jerry. Matt. Chooks Okuma said it seems from all the candidates Shore must have seen or saw this coming and must be very smart. Shore don't do president of student union before for Unilag now. He know politics small. He sabi the thing. He don't read mood. He don't know say now like this won't be. And don't forget that Shore she is or was now of Sarah reporters, an investigative journalist, so he knows how to take tools to study things and to predict the outcome. He knows. So, official man of his dreams, Saraki is a joke. I still wonder why people support him. Why has he not been impeached as any president? Money talks, so forget. This is Nigeria. People will support him. Just like people are supporting Shore for being who he is without spending. Those that are supporting Saraki will support him because he's spending for them. And you also saw red cap people yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago now? Kwakwanso in Abuja. Those are the people that are voting. Not those of you. Okay, let me even ask. Those of you that are mentioning Shore, Moghalu, Durotoye on social media, do you have PVC? How many of you will come and vote? That's by the way. But set your conscience, right? But these people that you are asking whether the people will support Saraki, how did he become governor in the first place? How did he become senator and how did he become senate president? They know what they are doing, right? So Sheriff that said no Shore, then no new Nigeria. Well, let's see. My official man of his dreams says Saraki is a joke. Well, don't say it's a joke. He's doing his own game. It's a game after all. The police says Saraki standing to declare presidency. Slap on her face and you are laughing. You are a fool. Who is laughing? I don't know. That he declared, I shouldn't laugh. Should I cry? Oh, really? Is this your country? All of us are in it together. The police said you came back and said the criminal declaring for presidency. What did you call him in 2015 when he was contesting to be senator and he became senate president? What are his people calling him? Are you from Kwara State? Bros, let's be careful. Let's make sure how we talk. Let's make sure how we talk. All right. Black Amos said Durotoye is the most ludicrous of all the aspirants. Ludicrous means funny or humorous or hilarious or ridiculous. Okay, I don't know what you mean. Not even he has any real consideration for running. He's just making noise to boost his profile. All of them want to boost their profile out of 2019. They have what they want to come and do. All right. Godwin Okeze say if Saraki is a real man for Nigeria, what has he accomplished when he was a governor of Kwara State? And that brings me to one thing I want to quickly show you, and then I'll come back to read the rest of the comments. This is spontaneous, right? I queued it up, I forgot, but this just reminded me I wanted to play something. On the live broadcast of Senate President Mr. Saraki, while he was announcing his ambition today, guess what happened? Somebody made a comment on that live video, and I will play it to you. I think I screenshot it, and I want to play it. I don't know if I still have it here, but let me find it. While I'm looking for it, I'll continue to read your comments. Just stay tuned. I'll bring it up now. You're going to see it. It's a comment that is so funny. Okay, I found it. I'm going to play it to you right now. Everybody see this. Oh, my. All right. The comment says, it is on his live chat, mind you. He said, I'm so happy you're running for presidency. Please help us develop Nigeria just as you developed Kwara State. I know Kwara is an example of what Nigeria is supposed to be. Also, help us grow Nigeria economy just as you did to Societal General Bank. Those you change their lives can't and won't forget your effort in their life forever. Can't wait to use my PVC. Well, as sweet, witty, and sarcastic as this statement sounds, my only hope, bro, is that you have your PVC and you are ready to vote. Because it's always not about what you think, what you say, your opinion, how witty you sound, your good grammar and all that. No, it's more about how ready you are to actually put yourself or submit yourself to the process and change the system. All right. Godwin Okeze says Saraki is a real man for Nigeria. What has he accomplished when he was governor? Okay, that's why what I just responded to by showing that screenshot of somebody else's comment on Saraki's wall himself. Oji Agustin said they should all work with Shore. He's a great man and he has good job. Well, that's your opinion. The police say you are a fool for saying you are happy with Saraki declaring. Why shouldn't I be happy? Are you referring to me or somebody else on the comment section? I should be a fool that Saraki declared. Why should I not be happy? I'm happy that he wants to throw himself in the ring. Let us see how he plays out now. Are you not happy that he's coming to contest? That he contest does not mean he has won or he will win. Oh, the person you are supporting that is contesting does not mean he will win. So I'm happy that the game is going to be interesting. That's what I'm happy for. But if you are saying I'm a fool for it, well, it's your opinion. Thank you so much for calling me a fool. I'm here, Sha. We'll be here after 2019, Shay. All right. Thank you so much. The prodigy, you came back and said you are still in love with your oppressor. Well, this is Nigeria. Where are you, the prodigy? Do you have PVC? Have you been voting before? When last did you vote? Are you going to vote next time? How many people have you mobilized from your grassroots? So don't say I'm in love with my oppressor. Let's moderate our comments. Let's moderate the way we comment. All right. So there are so many people here. Don't call anybody a fool. Well, thank you so much for calling me or anybody a fool on this platform, but I don't think it's all right to do that. Olani Yaudu say I stand with Shore. Thank you so much for standing with who you stand with. Black Amo said there are only two candidates out of the new breed, Kingsley Moghalu and Omoyele Shore. Kingsley for his intellect, Shore for his sagacity. The rest of them are just clowns. Your opinion, but PACT believes otherwise. Ostino King say we are in today can be revised overnight. Good plan and strategy. The PACT can use some of the big weights to get us out too. That is, I predicted that if Moghalu congratulates Durotoye and sacrifice his own ambition, what do you think would happen? Fela Durotoye will therefore have more weight. So all those people that are commenting Moghalu, Moghalu, Moghalu whenever we come live on this show will therefore change to start commenting Durotoye, Durotoye, Durotoye. But it's not like that. Okay? So Chidebere said, this guy get another job, please. Oh, whatever you mean by that. Am I not doing well? Can you take over my job here, please? Do you want to take my job? I'm just joking, all right. But not to worry. Shore is only serious aspirant watching from New York. Thank you so much. You have always loved Fela Durotoye, mostly based his soft surrender, sacrificing himself. Well, it's not true. It's just that we have that exclusive video and we love to show it sometimes. Okay. When we started uploading videos of Shore at his various town hall meetings, including I follow Shore to his village, don't forget, and we uploaded this video, and a lot of people are saying, oh, up Shore. When we decided to also take a clip of Durotoye in his natural town hall meeting habitat, people started saying we support Fela Durotoye. When we decided to also say, okay, let us also see glimpse of, I have not collected money from any of these people and I'm not interested. I'm just trying to see how all of this young new generation aspirants are doing. And you're accusing me. Continue. All right. Okay. Then who do I start from next? Kingsley Moghalu must sent just 37 minutes ago on his page that is still running. All right. That's new information. I'm going to confirm it and we'll discuss it in our next live broadcast. Okay. Godwin Okeze say you're right. Oyi Osazu will say, or Sunday say, you have always loved Fela. Okay, that's what I just reacted to. Michael said the part was arranged because I heard the anchor of the program using a new Nigeria slogans even before FD emerges. Well, you may be right. I'm not privy to it. Orom Limited said, wake up Nigerians, wake up. It's the same day this happened that Saraki declares. Watch it. Gio said, just watch Shore online. I hope Nigerians don't vote another incapable aspirant into office. Even God will not send another Messiah. Shore for president, you're doing a great job. A true patriot. Thank you so much. Good luck to Shore. Good luck to Durotoye. Good luck to Moghalu, who I just learned on this live show now that he has decided to continue his aspiration regardless of PACT consensus decision. Although if PACT are decided for him, I don't think he would love Durotoye saying the same thing that Durotoye wants to continue. I mean, I hope you are testing all our aspirants here. That's my own job. Let's be testing them whether they are consistent and remaining on their words. Okay. Oron Limited cabals at work and PACT is under APC and PDP underground. PACT and APC and PDP cannot be the same, even though we know that people cross easily between them. It's just like passage and toilet or passage and living room. But they are not the same. You cannot be under APC and be under PDP at the same time. They are two separate things. Okay. This was what Shore was avoiding. Oyi Osunde. Yeah. Osazowe said, good job, bro, from Switzerland. Oh, I'm getting people coming all the way from Switzerland, USA, New York. All of you, one love. Thank you so much. Please don't say Fela is my man, but this is Nigeria future in question. And Nigeria is a strong country that needs strong and fearless person like Shore. I therefore, in support of Shore as president and vice by Kingsley. Olani Yaudu say Moghalu is still in the race considering what he wrote on his page. All right, I'll go check that out and I'll bring it on the next show. Oladimeji find this. Nice job I stand with Shore. See, this guy go get another job, please. Well, thanks for the advice. I'll think about it. Around Limited, smell the coffee Nigerians cabals are at work. Fela, what a joke. Kingsley is far, far better than this. Something is not right somewhere around there. Well, a lot of people are saying that. I've been reading so many comments even before coming online. Around Limited said, well, if Nigerians don't wake up, then they will enter one chance again because Saraki has declared to run. The wise will take it back. Prince O. Jerome said, I love Kingsley Fela, but I sincerely think without any alter of sentiment that Shore will be the best presidential candidate for the 2019. He has been consistently fighting corruption to the detriment. Barigo say, if you want to test them, why not arrange a debate? We are already considering that, although due to something, we are trying to see I don't have money to organize it, but we need a hall, and I would prefer that it happens within a university environment, somewhere like maybe University of Lagos, more importantly, or OAU or UI. But the thing is, we started thinking earlier today, myself and my team, that how about we make it happen with the students' union body or maybe student body, so that they can help us talk to the management to give us hall for free, because I don't have money to organize it. But I'm sure that if I reach out to all these aspirants, they will come. I am so sure that these aspirants will come and we can organize something like this debate or interaction with students in the university environment, and it will happen. But I don't have the resources to do it all alone. At least whatever I've still been doing so far, I've been doing out of my purse. I will go to each of these aspirants, town hall meeting with my crew to cover them. I'm spending my money. I don't have so much money to get a hall, to organize a big program, but I'm sure that I have the clouds. If I want them to come, they will come. If you can help us, if you have a good hall or you have a good relationship with anybody in the management, or you can secure, like say, the main auditorium in University of Lagos for us, we will do the rest of the work and make this happen. All right, I'm also interested, but it's not going to be that easy. Sean Dion say Fela is cool, much logical. Thank you so much for your comment. Jimmy Toriola say each people have ego. Who will step down for the other? It's not easy, my brother. Jeremy said Jimmy Toriola say Fela wants square. Yeah, that's true. Aldo say my family is saying hello to you from Netherlands. Thank you so much, and say me hi to your family. Thank you everybody, your family. By good, if you want to test them, okay, that's what I responded to earlier. I think because more comments are coming in, the thing is jumping, so I'm just trying to make sure that I connect to where I stopped. Otekola De Okoyemi say Fela Durotoye is a listener and business strategist, a perfect man to strategize with all the people's ideas to better our country. I think he demonstrated that at the PACT and he emerged. All right, getting every candidate or every voter in the PACT to decide for him. It's not easy. All right, it is a silent worker. I understand. Prince Osis Jeremy say these are the kind of qualities we need. We need in the person who will represent the voiceless Nigerians, having it at the back of our mind that the APC and PDP cabals will not be an easy party to unseat. Yeah, you're right. Prince Osi Jeremy said Kingsley and Fela should support this fight with Shore as the frontier. This is my humble submission. Well, thank you so much for your submission, Mr. Prince Osi. Olumende say collective student body nationwide debate in one hall is the way. Yes, as I said earlier, we are trying to make sure that this happens, but my problem is that I don't have all the resources to secure the main auditorium, for instance, in the University of Lagos, and get other things, other logistics to happen. So far, I've been spending my personal money to visit all the town hall meetings of all these aspirants. I've never collected a dime from it, and I'm not asking. But I'm saying, going further, we need more things to happen, and if you can support us or partner with us, I'm not saying give me money. I'm saying if you can, for instance, secure the hall, another person wants to take charge of the other logistics, I'm interested. Let's work things together. All right. Jeremy said Kingsley and Fela support this. Okay. Olumende said collective. Okay. Jimmy Toriola said Fela Durotoye said that he will respect the result of the PACT. He said so on your show. Yes, he said so. And I expected that every other person also respects the decision. Okay. But from what I'm reading from people who are commenting live now about Kingsley Moghalu, it seems he still wants to contest regardless of the results that chooses Fela Durotoye. Jimmy said, objective, did you remember what you said yesterday? Remind me, please. I want to be sure that I'm still on track. Olise Buka Obioha said, Segun, how do we help? This your suggestion of choosing the all is good. Please come up with something, then we will donate or provide for that event. I will be happy if you can, please. We want to see work, because myself and my team members discussed it today, that since we have all these presidential aspirants, we can talk to them, they can come if we invite them, and we are not going to be the ones to be asking them questions. We just want them to interact with students generally. Let's capture campuses, do things like this. So if you are interested in supporting, please, let's talk. My number again is, should I say it? If I write it, a lot of people will copy it, and I'm scared. I don't want to release it to too many people who are not exactly going to say relevant things to me when they call. But the number is 080 60 60 61 66. I repeat it, 080 60 60 61 66. And if you're calling or registering a number from outside Nigeria, you have to add the country code +234 before the 80 and the rest. You know it already. All right. So okay, so many comments here. What do I do, man? As a Kingsley and Prof should join with Shore to take back this country from the cabals. Desmond say a house divided can't stand. They should come together as help. The earlier the better. Prince said, thumbs up, Chokes. You are doing a great job. Watching your program from Midland, Texas, USA. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming online with me. Jimmy Toriala said, give us your logistics. We will support for your debates. Okay. I think let me work out. Let me just try to find. Be specific about the things we will need. We don't need more. I don't need money to do it. I just need the logistics to be catered for. I'll come up with the list of the things we need to make it work, and then tomorrow we can discuss it. You individually pick what you want to cater for. Maybe somebody or two people want to join to take care of the hall. Somebody wants to take care of this and that and that. I'll come up with a list, and all of us will look at it together. I don't need somebody to give me physical cash. I'm not a rich boy. I'm a poor boy struggling, but I don't want to enrich myself by this process. No, I'm just trying to see how things can work for all of us. All right. So we'll come up with things we need by this time tomorrow. We'll discuss it, and then all of you can pick what you want to take care of in the list. Thank you so much for showing interest, everybody. Okay. Jimmy, okay. Aluko Solomon said, when we get to the field, we will decide 2019 president. PVC is the only way. I remain for Shore 2019. Sunday Onye say, in Shore, I believe. Thank you. Jimmy Toriali say, you just mentioned it. You say, we can support you, let me know. Okay, I just said it. Tomorrow we'll come up with a list. Chijoke Agu say, let's wait and see, because things will change as time goes on. I also believe so. Things will still change after primaries. Olumide say, Fela Durotoye is not a listener, is a delegator. Delegation is the downfall of Buhari. You can only delegate to a great vision in mind. Durotoye has no vision for Nigeria. Oh, wow. Is that your opinion? Well, others believe otherwise. Long say, thank you for the good work you're doing. I'm chatting from Switzerland. Thank you so much from Switzerland. I'm in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The world is such a small global village, and all of us can connect. If we all donate and make this debate happen, will Buhari come? I can't guarantee you. Buhari is known for shunning debates since time immemorial. You will recall that 2015 he didn't join the presidential debates, and from what we know, those that don't come to debates know what they are doing while the rest of you are debating. All right, and okay, so but I can't guarantee that Buhari will come, because Buhari himself cannot even. I'm not sure Buhari can debate. So I'm a realist. Buhari cannot debate, so let's not waste our time. Jimmy Otoriala say, no problems. Olise Buka Obio say, how about tentative dates? What do you think? Tentative dates, you mean for the debate or the program we are planning? Let's draw it, and we'll come up with it tomorrow, and all of you that want to support will be able to do so, please. Sunday, when you say being rhetoric on stage does not transform into action, my dear, I believe in action, not words. Shore is the man. Okay, you mean about those that are good speakers that emerge as consensus? Well, it's your opinion. Jimmy said, full disclosure, I'm Fela Durotoye supporter. Good job. Thank you so much for coming to support your person. Eminent Son Lord said, great job, Segun. I'm watching from Germany, and Shore is the main man for the job. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for letting me know what your opinion is all of you, I'm going to read all your comments, whether you're supporting Buhari or supporting Kwakwanso. I'm interested in seeing what people have as their feels about each of these aspirants. Togetherness then say, thank you, brother. God bless, sir. I'm from Dublin, Ireland. Thank you so much for coming to show your support online. Olumide say, all these churches, halls in Nigeria, why can't we have one church to donate the auditorium for the cost and we pay for it to be televised? We can even do the live, broadcasts and then restream it to as many. Then we can also pay other terrestrial TV stations to come if you are willing. If you know any church that has good hall that we can use and you know how to talk to them, reach out to us. We'll use also, so that we can have it in school, on campus. We can also have it in church. All right, it's not a bad idea if we have it in school, the school version. We also have the church version, so that questions that will be asked by students will be different from questions that will be thrown to the aspirants in the church or religious environment. All right, but God said, Damla say, you're doing a great job watching from Qatar. Thank you so much. But God say, AAC Action. Thank you so much. Jimmy Torreal say, ANN all the way. Thank you so much. Johnson Obas say, Hi, Johnson. Olumende say, by the way, I'm watching from England, Manchester. Thank you so much love. I appreciate it. Jimmy Torreal say, God bless from Texas. Thank you so much. Dohati Joseph, congratulations to Fela Durotoye. Thank you so much. Shonu Biolami, it's so unfortunate that PACT can't find better way of electing among themselves. We need a fighter and a cool person. Well, it's a nice job, Segun. Thank you. Abraka Victor say, hi, good evening. Good evening. Are you from Lagos, Nigeria also? Because this is evening in Nigeria and some other people in the afternoon in their respective places or morning, as the case may be. Ike Ozowulu say, nice one, bro, from the UK. Oh, great British people. UK people, thank you so much. Jeremy said, not everything is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. James Baldwin, oh, thank you. Olisebuka Obioa said, please invite Senator Bukola Saraki for the debate if needed. We will try if he wants to come. We do not mind if he wants to come. I can extend invitation to him if he wants to come. But my problem is most of these people who are already in the system do not want to be part of the debates. I don't know. All right. Otekolade Ekwemi, Fela will rock hard because he has been conceiving the vision of a new Nigeria for more than 10 years. Yeah, I listened to him speak and he made it known that he has been pursuing this dream for a long time. Ogbolu Patrick said, from Dubai, you are doing a great job. Thank you from Dubai. Thank you, everybody. Afiz Ismail said, Shore is the way. Oh, thank you so much for letting us know your interest. Abraka Victor said, I'm supporting Shore. Oh, thank you so much. Abraka Victor, I'm watching from Italy. Italy! Oh, you guys are wonderful. Oyekuni Afon say, good job, boss. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Chijoke Agbo, let me suggest that the public youth should vote for their candidate of choice through a public survey, and the winner will be supported by all, and all candidates will step down to support him. Don't forget that we mentioned yesterday that we want to see how we can do a live online poll to see who among these aspirants is actually the most popular. So we are also going to work that out, and let's see how we fuse it alongside this campus debate or church debate. We'll work it out. If you have access to any church that has good platform we can use, let us know and let's work it out. If you know, if you have access to decision makers on campus of most of these Nigerian universities or polytechnic, let us know. We'll use their hall. We'll invite these candidates. I'm sure that most of them are willing to engage with students, and then we can make it happen collectively. All right. Saraki thief. Now your opinion, no, may they not begin, pursue me from here. Okay. All right. Who among the presidential aspirants is having a vision of a new Nigeria for years like Fela does? Well, Fela, I know. Okay. Shore, I know. Moghalu, I know. Kwakwanso, I know. I know a lot of them that have great ideas and visions for Nigeria. God is good. I always say, enjoy your program, Segun. From UK, keep the flag flying. Shore is our man come 2019. Thank you so much. But I go say, Fela is good man. I wish him and Shore could work together as Vice and Presido. Thank you so much. Desmond Davis will say, all of you candidates, as that's incomplete sentence, please complete it. Olumide say the version of The Couch by Fowles is also a good grilling place, but I think your team should watch British Quickly, Question Time, and follow that format that quick punk aspirants can really dig in on ministers. I mean, okay, thank you so much. Prince O. Jeremy, if Buhari, Saraki, Kwakwanso, etc. cannot attend the debate, it simply implies they are bigger than Nigeria. We are not inconsequential. It's high time Nigerian youths came together with same voice. Niyolale may say ANN PACT seems to have been hijacked by political godfathers, hence they couldn't guarantee Kingsley Moghalu as he appears next to Shore's ideology, which you can't stand. Fela will be a puppet. Well, I don't know. Temi Tokwe say, when is this program going to be live though? We'll work it out. If you're referring to the debates we are planning among all the aspirants, we'll work it out together. By this time tomorrow, we should decide it together, okay? Abraka say, a thought of all Don's old men Nigeria. Emnentono says, Shore has the capacity to take Nigeria to the next. Ola Omonuridin say, Shore 2019, all right, thank you so much. Oron Limited, greeting from South Africa. Oh, thank you so much. Say, drop pacts because as Elias stated, they are under the bad work of APC and PDP. Well, depends on you. Groupie Sonny say, let's work wisely, please. Jimmy Torale say, Durotoye is sincere. Well, at this point, if I continue to read comments, we will not leave here because, like, more comments are just coming in. And I want to appreciate all of you. Keep sharing this video and then I just hope all this goes well for Nigerians, because sorry type that wrong if the comments will just keep coming. And I think at this point, I wasn't reading while I was in secondary school though. I don't read in front of class. I'm just trying to do my best here. Alright, so thank you so much. He said, Barigo say I'm ready to donate and make this debate happen. Thank you all of you. By this time tomorrow we should all work together and decide how it should play out. Abraka say, you tired of it, PDP and APC? Well, that's why we're here. Vido say, Shore is the man. Oyeyemi do say, hi guys. Hi Oyeyemi. Thank you all for coming online tonight. Tomorrow is another day. We got to run it off here. And I want to say, keep sharing this video to everybody that you feel should see it who was not online today. And then don't forget to subscribe to this page so that we all can continue to interact. And then click the bell icon button, which is the notification sign, so that you can see, so that all of us can, get notification once we come online. More comments are just rushing in. Somebody said I should read his comment. What's the comment I missed, please? If it is important, I don't want to miss it. It said PDP and APC are the same people. Even though Shore is my candidate, I believe Moghalu and Durotoye and Fastwa can do very well. My own is that godfathers and cabals should not sponsor the person so that nobody will owe any elder. You're right. I agree with you. All right. Okay. Olumide said, Bobo, you really try. Thank you so much. I'm doing my best. Abraka Victor said, I'm tired of APC and PDP. All right. All right. That's right. That's right. Somebody said, what time tomorrow? The same time, I want to try as much as possible to make this show start at the constant time of 9:30 p.m. 9:30 Nigerian time, whatever time it translates to on your own time, please calculate it. 9:30 on the dot. I want to be online to discuss the topics, and then we start interaction straightway. All right. So it's mostly foreign listeners here. Let's open a GoFundMe for the debate. If you all agree, well, tomorrow we can make it happen. If you all agree, we can make it happen. I'm in Colorado, Denver. I need to see this online live. Yes, join us. Just subscribe, hit the notification button, the bell icon, so that you can always get notification once you come online. And then we can always make it happen together every day, okay? I want to be part of this discussion. Thank you so much. Osas Ewere, Tokwe, you want to be part? Keep joining us every day. We'll work a way to make sure that, in fact, very soon we want to start Skyping people into this show to be talking live, all right? Osas Ewere say, great job, brother. we all appreciate your effort. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's good to know that people appreciate you. Francis Uchuko say, beautiful bro, I'm here for the first time. Oh, thank you so much. Just subscribe, share this video, let more people know about it. Let's keep talking. Adejuwon Stella say, read mine please. Oh, what did I miss from you, Adejuwon? Adejuwon, I may not be able to find it again because the comments are a lot tonight. Lise Bokwe say, God bless your effort for our bloodless national revolution. Thank you so much. Suleiman Rashida say, God bless bro. Thank you so much. Kofre Senowo say, Buhari handlers would never let him debate. That would be a complete suicide. I couldn't even understand what he was saying to Theresa May. Well, he didn't attend the last debate either. I mean, the last presidential debate in 2014-15, he didn't attend. So we should not expect him to debate, okay? Abraka Victor said, okay, now no problem. See you tomorrow. Good night. Thank you so much. I'm going to see all of you tomorrow again. We'll continue. Omori said, what of Shore? Shore is good. He's doing fine. Yeah, he had a broadcast today too to also talk about Saraki's declaration and PACT's decision. Adejuwon Fela said, Fela Durotoye for PDP and APC. Congrats. What does that mean? Fela Durotoye is in ANN, not PDP or APC. Valentine's Day said, let's have a national debate for president. Yeah, we want to work it out. If you can support, we want to make it happen on the campus of a major campus, a main campus of one of the top-ranking universities in Nigeria. If you can support us, we want to see. Olis Bekwa Obioa came back and said, Segun advise people to engage house by house and street by street. We talked about this before. And then thank you so much for reminding me. We'll work things out to talk to all these aspirants to do street by street and door to door. I appreciate all of you once again. And then we need to rest it here for today. We spent so much time online. I expected to do just 30 minutes, but all of you have made this prolonged, and I didn't want to ignore people who are giving or who are making useful comments. All right, thank you all of you once again for coming online tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, God willing, and I sign off here. My name is Segun Olawoye, aka Segun O Law. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Nigeria shall be great, and we shall experience a great Nigeria all together. I sign off here.